Ted Cruz made a bunch of off-color remarks about Joe Biden. In fact, yesterday he said, Joe Biden, he's a joke, right? Joe Biden's son is being buried today, or this weekend. He's lying in state today. This is one of the things that leads me to think that Ted Cruz is actually a sociopath, somebody who's incapable of experiencing emotion. Because I've met Joe Biden. Joe Biden is one of the most genuine people. It's shocking how genuine Joe Biden is, person to person. I've seen him work a room of 300 people, and I've talked to him private. Well, not super privately, but I've talked to him alone, in the presence of other people. And he is just astonishingly genuine. And he's had so much tragedy in his life. I mean, in a car accident, his wife and his son died. Son or daughter? I don't remember which. It might have been daughter. But one of his children and his wife both died in this car accident. And he was left with these two young sons that were 4 and 7 years old or something like that. Bo, the one who just died of brain cancer, was one of those two. And, a decade later, thereabouts, when they were teenagers, they came to him and they said, he had been dating Jill, this physician that is now his wife. And they came to him and they said, we think, Dad, you ought to ask Jill to marry you. And he did. And, I mean, this is a guy who's had more tragedy in his life than anybody deserves. And he's still an optimist, and he's still a positive guy and a good guy. If Joe Biden was running for president, I would support him. I would support him in a heartbeat. And he may end up running for president. Who knows? I kind of doubt it, frankly. But he's a decent man. Ted Cruz is not a decent man, in my opinion. Ted Cruz believes that he's been anointed by God to lead the United States as we go into the apocalypse. That's not decency, that's fanaticism. It's a form of insanity. And he wants to impose his religion on the rest of us the same way that the Taliban wanted to impose their religion on everybody in Afghanistan, and that ISIL wants to impose their bizarre brand of what they call Islam. It's not, on the lands that they're conquering. It's really pretty astonishing.